Hi, my fabulous first graders. I wanted to share with you something you're going to be doing with your learning coach to show what you've learned in reading this year. You've worked so hard, and I'm really proud of all of you. You've progressed so much. You know how to read so much better than you did at the beginning of the year. This is a how-to guide for first grade for you and your learning coach because you're going to take something called the Reading Fluency Assessment to show how much you've grown in your reading. Before we go over how to do this, I want to remind you of your reading strategies we talked about a lot this year in reading class. Remember to use your eagle eye. Look at the pictures for support if you need to. Lips the fish. Get your mouth ready to say those beginning sounds. Stretchy snake might work if you don't know a word. Stretch out the sounds. Sound out each letter slowly. Chunky monkey. Break that word into chunks and read the chunks you already know. Trying lion. Reread that sentence if it didn't make sense. And flippy dolphin. Remember, that's when you flip the vowel sounds. You try the short vowel sound, then the long vowel sound to see which makes sense in the sentence. When you are ready to start your reading assessment, you are all fresh, ready to read, you have a quiet place to read, have your learning coach log in to your account as usual, and on your daily plan, you will see your regular lessons and a special lesson in Literature and Comprehension ELA Green Summit. It will say Reading Benchmark. The numbers will likely be a little different than they are here, but it will say Reading Benchmark. That is the one you should click on when you're ready to begin. And once again, just remember that you need to be in a quiet place. This is recorded, so it won't pick up all your fabulous reading if there's background noise. So turn off the TV, turn off the radio. Maybe you can do it at a time when little brothers and sisters are in another room or napping. And when you're ready, click read. Remember that there is an introduction video to show you what's expected during the assessment. You've probably watched it when you took this before during the year. If you would like a refresher, go ahead and click on that and you can watch it. It's very short. If not, you can always click the skip button. All right. Remember that you're going to be asked to read some words, some phrases, some sentences, and there is a timer bar. Students, don't worry about that timer bar. We'll let your learning coaches be in charge of that. And learning coaches, like I said before, you may want to cover that with a sticky note so that your student doesn't focus on that. Students, you focus on those words and reading them the very best you can. Be aware that if you quit reading before time is up, you can click the next button. And if the timer runs out before you're finished, that is totally okay. Just go to the next thing. All right, so read nice and loudly, clearly, slowly, and remember to click next if you finish before time is up, or the screen will change on its own. But one very important thing is that you can't go back. So you want to be sure that you're absolutely done before you click that next button. All right, you can see that reading video. Once again, that introduction video will tell you what to expect. If you choose to skip it, just know that there are 4 different passages. So it will kind of repeat the process and you want to keep reading everything, answering all those questions till you are absolutely to the end. You'll read a passage, retell it, and then have 2 questions to answer about it. All right, so as Mrs. Spencer said, your job is to read, read, read. You can't go back on any screens, so just read what's in front of you. Only click next if you're absolutely done. And as always, learning coaches, I recommend that you operate the mouse and the clicking. After you read, you will be asked to retell. Remember, we have worked on retelling this year. Use your keywords. First, this happened at the beginning of the story. Next, this happened in the middle of the story. And last, tell how the story ended. You can think about for the middle, what was the problem? And the last could be how the problem was solved. So use those strategies we've learned this year. Use your own words and just retell what you remember the story was about. And remember, you can click next to continue if you finish before the time is up. Then you'll be asked 2 questions. Only answer the question, even if you know more. And then you can click next to continue when you're finished answering. Remember, you'll be asked to do the same thing, but with different stories. And this is your main job besides reading, students. Try your best. You know that Mrs. Spencer has said all year long, that's all I want you to do. And I know your learning coach has said the same thing. Try your hardest. It's okay if it seems a little hard or you might make some mistakes. I just want to see you try. And you know what? You have grown so much in your reading this year, so it will shine through. Do your best. Once you're finished, mark that lesson complete. And last, remember that learning coaches, you can check that it is absolutely complete and you can see this little report if you log into your learning coach account once you are finished. All right, it's your turn to begin. You're going to do great. I'm so proud of you and I can't wait to see how well you do. Learning coaches, be sure to email me if you have any problems or questions. And I look forward to hearing all this fabulous reading. See you later.